after you pee, do you wash your hands?
If I'm home alone, no. I think if we're honest, everyone just doesn't wash if they're at home, right?
No. Do you know who would be exhausting to be?
Me?
Yes. Yes.
Who?
Taylor freaking Swift.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Pass.
I was just on Instagram. Or no, I'm not on Instagram. I'm on stupid Twitter. And I opened this post. Bulky jacket with all black. Radiant glow and slight blow at the Golden Globes. 2-month gap in her tour. She's pregnant.
Oh, my God.
Let me mind you that all the wives and girlfriends of all the Kansas City Chiefs players were wearing the same matching bulky jacket, and no one's saying they are pregnant. Like,
I mean,
oh
it was
my
also
God.
really cold.
Could you imagine? What an off, like, I mean, I guess that happens to me when I'm just streaming and someone decides I'm bloated that day and they're like, you're pregnant.
What? I had something... I could have sworn I had something like that recently. They didn't say I was pregnant, but I think they said I was fat or something. I don't know. Men love saying shit like that, you know?
Well, this is a woman that tweeted it.
Women,
No, it
bad
wasn't.
women
Actually,
love
I
saying
so
stuff
lied.
like that.
It was a man. That's so funny. I thought it was a woman.
She would never.
Dude, it's like full moon or something. Have you heard, like, when the full moon comes out, crazy people come out?
No, but that's very interesting.
Okay. Okay. I sound crazy. Listen, it's like a thing. People have always talked about it. I remember when I worked in retail, like, even when I was like 16, my manager at the time was like, oh, you're working a full moon close. Good luck. And I'd be like, huh? And there'd always just be like, just like weirdos, just like cuckoo cabanas. I don't really know. And yesterday, Yingo and I, we have a thing called Walk Club where we just walk a mile every day, no matter what. But
isn't
one
it
day
just
a
the two
week.
of you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's a sick club.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
and Yingling.
Who do you walk with?
Nobody.
That's what I thought, you idiot. So me and Yingo, we got Walk Club. We go on a mile walk every day, no matter what. But
I screamed at Yingo like last week.
Why?
Because I thought he was led. We were
Oh.
there.
Why? I don't remember.
Cutie called and it was on speaker and I heard a male voice in the background. Like we were talking about something and this male voice came in and like gave his opinion on what we were talking about. And I was like, who asked? I was like, who cares? Nobody asked you because I thought it was Lud. And he said something and I was like, wait, who is that? And she was like, Yingo. And I was like, no. Yingling a ding dong.
Dang it, he didn't deserve it, man.
No, he didn't.
He didn't deserve it.
Continue, sorry.
But once a week we have to go on a 3-mile walk.
Okay.
So we're on our 3-mile walk last night. Let me tell you all the things I experienced in just 3 miles in LA. This is just an hour outside in LA. We walk past, all of a sudden I hear screaming out of the top of her lungs, a woman, don't leave me, don't leave me. Look right, look left. Oh, there she is, chasing a man down the street. And he throws his hoodie over his thing. And I'm like, uh-oh, did he just steal her purse? Do I need to step in and save the day? I've got my pointy keychain. I don't know. I stab him, obviously.
For stealing her purse? That's crazy.
But that's not what happened. He doesn't reply. And he's cold. He's cold, man. He doesn't reply. And she's like, I love you. Please, you know I can't be alone. Screaming, top of her lungs. I'm not kidding you. Like,
oh my God.
Not even like this, like guttural screaming, like, please. And I'm like, boy, you should not turn around. You guys are clearly not good for each other. This is not. And he just keeps awful. Walking. She just keeps chasing him. And they go around the corner until they disappear in the darkness, just screaming. And I'm like, that was crazy. If Yingo wasn't with me, I would have thought I made it up.
It's the full moon. I will say.
Then, oh, you go.
I was just going to say I prefer peeing outside at night when there's a full moon.
Oh. Because there's more light?
Yeah, I don't have to use a flashlight. It's actually pretty remarkable, the difference. So
and
maybe
there's
there are more
creepy
people
people,
that are
watching you pee when the moon's out.
definitely not. There's definitely no one out here.
But then turn the corner, and all of a sudden there's a woman getting into her car outside of a bar, belligerent, and she's like, pancake, pancake, pancake. Like, that's all she kept saying. She kept saying pancake, pancake. And the security guard goes, show me your Uber, ma'am. You cannot get in your car. And she's like, pancake, pancake, pancake. And he's like, okay, show me your Uber. And she like grabs her keys and she tries to jump into the front seat of the driver's seat. And he grabs her arm and he said, you can either show me your Uber right now or I will call the police. And I'm like, great security guard. Saved her life.
Yeah. Above and
But I was
beyond.
like, I'm going to keep on walking because this doesn't require me to stab anyone. So clearly it's not for me.
Pancake.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Who knows? Then walking around, we go, another block going back over, all of a sudden a car pulls into like one of those big ass bougie houses that has a big gate that opens up, right? And it looks like there's like
When
six
was the
cars.
full moon? Yesterday?
I don't
No.
even think it was, but I'm just guessing
Oh.
it was.
Must have been. Because of all the crazy
Must
people.
have been, clearly.
What other explanation?
Not just that I live in LA and it's insane here.
Yeah.
So it's like a house and they've got like 6 cars parked out front and the gate opens, this car pulls in. The gate opens, so you'd assume this car belongs there, but instead, all of a sudden, I hear over an intercom, sounds like a megaphone. We are across the street and you can hear this loud. And it says, identify yourself. And me and Yingo are like looking like, is it us? Like, is it like, because we're directly across the house.
You're like, why?
I know. I'm like, how? You want me to yell? Like, what? And then I realize that they're directing it towards the car that just pulled into their driveway. You can't pull into a driveway unless the gate gets opened up. Who opened the gate for them?
Well, what happened?
And then they say, I repeat, identify yourselves. Nothing. And then who are you? Leave. And Yingo and I just kept walking. We didn't stand there to watch. So I don't know how it ended.
So it was like through their Ring camera, but it was like
And it was louder.
loudspeaker. That's so
yeah,
weird.
it sounded like a megaphone. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, I don't know what security system they have, but it's kind of dope.
That's so weird. My favorite part of all those stories was the security guard. Seems like a good dude.
Yeah, he did seem like a good dude.
Look
But
at him go.
also, like, I don't know. This is where I think I am sexist or I'm a misogynist. Internalized misogyny. When I saw that woman yelling at that man, in my brain, I thought to myself, he should not turn around. They should not be together. Right?
Why would that be internalized misogyny?
Because like for all we know, he's evil to her and he just promised her that she would never
But
be
then
alone,
it's
and he
better
also
if he
just cheated
just
on her. And she
doesn't
has
turn
4
around.
babies with him.
I mean,
And then
regardless, it's
freaking
still better
Ariana
if they're
Grande
not.
pulled up and then she started sleeping with him and then she ruined her family and then she dropped a new single and it's low-key mid. Break
I
up with
think
your girlfriend.
even if it was his fault and he's the shitty one, if you're driven to that point, you just shouldn't be together, right?
Yeah.
So like best if he doesn't turn around and actually leaves. I am not a yeller. I'm not a drywall puncher, but I've been in relationships where I have found myself yelling. And I was like, what the hell? That's not right. But it's not good. Then you should just not be together.
I have not yelled at a man since the bad one.
I yelled at a lot of men this weekend.
Did you? Where were you?
I went out. I went crazy. I went downtown.
Uh-huh.
I went to bars. And we went to a bar. You know Sabrina Carpenter? Where she goes, slam the door. I
Slam the door. Yeah.
ignore. So I was wearing these platform boots.
Okay,
So I was
my
already
queen,
feeling-
pop off.
Yeah, I was already feeling like Sabrina Carpenter. And then we were at this bar. There was an indoor-outdoor space. And outside, it's like 20 degrees. It's very cold in Austin right now. And then inside, it was warm and heated. And people kept going outside and not closing the door. And I was like, you're letting all the
was
heat
it
out.
like snowy last night?
There's not snow on the ground, but the ground's frozen. There's like
I
ice.
pulled up the Alveus cams and there's a bunch of flying
looks like
around,
snow.
and
Yeah.
it pissed me off. And then I said to offline chat, I said, "What's all that flying around?" And they said, "I don't know." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's dust. I don't think it's snow.
Do something
I
with the
don't know.
dust. It pisses me off.
Maybe ice. I don't know. Yeah, so they kept leaving the door open, and I was drunk, and I got really mad that they were leaving the door open, and I had my platform boots on, so I would kick the door. I would kick the door shut, and I would go, "Slam the door, and I'd kick it, and then I would yell at everybody that wasn't closing the door.
Did they like it when you yelled at them?
I think they were fine with it. Caleb said he was surprised I didn't get kicked out because he was like, "You were
really?"
yeah." He was like, "You were slamming that door." Because I had
That's
to.
internalized misogyny from him.
Because I was. Oh, you're right. It's their fault, not mine. They should have just closed the door, and then I wouldn't have slammed it.
Yeah.
That sounds so toxic. Oh my god. But yeah, I did that. I did throw up.
How much did you drink?
I had 2 cocktails at a friend's before we went out. So it was my first
Didn't
mistake.
need to slip in that you have friends.
It was only 1, if that makes you feel
Oh.
better.
Oh, yeah, it does.
And then went to the bar. I had 2 espresso martinis.
Didn't you say that's your new shit?
It's only my new because it keeps me awake. And now I'm old and I want to go to bed at like 11. So when I'm
my
out
God.
at bars, I get
hate
sleepy.
her. I would like to remind everyone she is 25, 26?
25.
25. Shut up.
11 o'clock rolls
Shut
around. It's time to hit
up.
the hay. It's time to hit the
Shut
hay.
up. Okay.
So I get to bars, I want to go home. So I get an espresso martini and then I'm like, So I had 2 espresso martinis and I had a vodka cran that I did not want, but I got it for free from Jeff. YungJeff. So I threw up.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know who loves espresso martinis is Brooke AB. She loves them.
That tracks. I see that.
Yeah.
And
I like you as an espresso martini girl.
thanks.
I
They're
like
very
this for
popular
you.
right now.
Yeah.
People are into them.
Very hot girl energy of you.
They're very nice and yummy. And then what else did I do? Oh, I did a survey. I was a social scientist at the bar.
Why?
I asked a bunch of men if they wash their hands after they pee, and they all said yes, but I think they all meant no.
Why? Do you
'Cause
think they
men
said
don't.
yes but meant no?
I think they said yes
Really?
because they were lying to me, and I think that none of them do. Yeah.
Then your survey did nothing for the good of science.
No, because I already knew it was bad for science. But I never really thought about that until that bar. It was like men and women's bathrooms were the same, and none of the men were washing their hands. And I was like, that's very interesting. And
Maybe they just didn't want to stand next to women. Maybe they're shy.
no, I think men don't wash their hands after they pee.
Men are
I think-
shy.
No, I don't think they wash their hands.
No matter what.
I really don't. I mean, we could do our own survey, but I think
Let's do our own survey.
okay.
But who's not going to lie? We got to think
Jeff.
about this. Very. You think Jeff won't lie?
No way. He would never lie to me.
I think Slime won't lie to me.
You're right.
I think, okay, so we need, okay, we're doing science. Okay, wait, Maya, chill
I'm calm.
before you do anything. What's the scientific theory? We have to start with our hypothesis, correct? Wait, Space, help us. I feel like you'll know. That sounded like I just archetyped you as a science nerd, and I didn't, Space. But your name is Space.
The hypothesis.
I'm talking to our producers. No, Maya, wait. It goes hypothesis,
Yes.
something, conclusion. What are the things?
Testing.
No. Space, you know what I'm talking about. Come on.
Well, are you talking about having like a control? This is a survey. It's not an experiment.
It's like a science. When you do a science thingy, you have this. You have to start with your hypothesis, and then you start
I think
with this,
you're
and
talking
then you
about
have
the
your
scientific
conclusion.
method, and that's for an experiment.
I am talking about this. This is an experiment, no?
No, it's a survey. We're just asking them a question.
Oh. We'll start with your hypothesis. What's your hypothesis?
If we ask men if they wash their hands after they pee, then they will say no. Because they don't. My hypothesis, my belief is that men don't wash their hands after they pee.
So they're just going to say no. And if they say yes, that they're lying. That's your hypothesis.
Yes.
So we're going to collect data from 6 men.
Okay.
My phone of friends are Slime, Squeex, I don't want to bother Ludwig because I was yelling a lot earlier, and Yingo. Okay, those are my 3 phone of friends. Slime, Squeex, Yingo. Who are yours?
Jeff.
Jeff.
YungJeff.
Uh-huh.
Fujito's my new assistant. We'll harass Fujito.
Okay.
And I'll call Connor.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm calling Squeex.
Okay. For the record, guys, if you don't wash your hands after you pee, that's gross because you're touching your penis. I think, right? Men have to touch their penis when they pee, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you gotta wash your hands. You got
I guess I could sit down.
Hello?
Hey, sorry to bother you. You just texted me and I am on Wine About It right now and I had a question for men.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. Thank you. Question for you. When you pee, do you sit down?
Wait,
That's not the
I was
question,
just about
idiot.
to pee. No, only sometimes when I'm like really tired.
Okay.
Like, yeah, in the morning, like if it's the morning and I've got something to do on my phone, yeah, I'll sit down and pee.
Okay. But normally you stand up.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, if I'm alone and there's an open stall, I prefer to sit down, to be honest.
What? This felt
That's really surprising.
okay. Well,
Yeah, is that a problem?
no. After you pee, do you wash your hands?
If I'm home alone, no.
If you're in public?
If I'm in public or like someone's there to judge me, yeah, I will.
But what if you're in a
Love an
shared
honest man.
bathroom where you're in a shared bathroom that's shared with males and females, and if you go wash your hand, you're standing next to a cute girl?
Then yeah, I'm washing my hands for like 30 minutes or whatever.
Really? You don't think you'd be like too shy to stand next to her?
No, I've like got like a lot of Riz or whatever.
Okay. All right. This is
Like I'm not scared or anything.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
yeah. Okay.
I got
This
alcohol parties and stuff on my off time, so.
okay. Good. Good.
Yeah, so yeah, I think I'd be quite comfortable washing my hands, but it's all for show. I think if we're honest, everyone just doesn't wash if they're at home, right?
No.
Because sometimes you don't even like touch anything, right? Like, what's the point? It's just all performative.
Well, if you stand up and pee, don't you touch your wiener?
You don't have to. You just let it loose.
What?
That
Yeah,
changes
you don't
things.
really have to. Let it hang.
I can't tell if you're being honest.
I'm being honest. I swear to God. You don't have to. It's just like it's like a fire hose.
Well, wouldn't you pee on yourself?
No,
Huh?
I don't have that problem.
Oh.
I know. What I'm trying to say, I have a small penis.
Yeah. Yeah, we caught on.
You're not recording, are you?
No, I'll talk to you later.
Oh, okay, good. All right, take care.
All right, bye.
Bye.
The reason I started with asking if he sits down or if he stands up because I felt like the answer changed. But it sounds like he only would wash his hands in public regardless.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that bit matters.
So you think regardless he doesn't wash his hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what he said. We love an honest man. I'm going to call Jeff.
Or is he not honest and he's pretending to be honest?
Jeff's going to pick up and he's going to say, Higa.
Ew.
He's the only person that calls you that.
Pisses me off.
I swear to God, if none of mine answer and all of yours answer.
Higa.
Jeff!
Hi.
I'm on Wine About It.
Ew. Okay, bye.
No, please.
Sup?
I have a question for you. This is
Okay.
also going to be really interesting, and I'll determine how drunk you were the other night.
Okay.
When you pee, do you wash your hands after?
Most times, yes.
Interesting. Do you remember my survey?
Nope.
Dude, you were so... That's
Survey about
crazy.
what?
That's crazy. I asked a bunch of guys at the last bar if they wash their hands after they pee.
I do not remember that at all.
That's incredible.
The only thing I remember leaving is I had to pee so bad in the Uber, like it was hurting.
Did you
That's
pee and then
it.
wash your hands?
Don't know. Probably. Usually when I'm at home, I wash my hands.
When you're at
What?
home but not in public?
No, I pretty much wash my hands all the time, but I'm not gonna lie and say I do every single time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But in public, yeah.
All right, respect. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, later.
Bye.
All of these fickle bitches hit us with sometimes, and then you counter their sometimes, and then they fumble.
Yeah, they're nervous. I feel like they're nervous.
Yeah. Just like they would be washing hands next to a girl in a bathroom.
Yep.
So
Dude,
far,
Jeff was there the whole time. That's crazy. He was drunk.
wait,
Guys
what did he
remember that
say
at
when he was
all?
drunk and you asked him?
I don't think I asked him. It's just like I was with him when all this was happening.
Okay, I'm just going to get more straight to the point this time on Yingo. Ready?
Okay.
Oh. Hate when you hit the third ring.
No.
Hi, gun to head. Do you wash your hands after you pee?
Yeah.
Every time?
Well, okay. There's times when me and Nick are playing Call of Duty and I need to rush back to the setup.
That sounds pretty honest, to be honest.
That sounds honest.
But every other time, yes.
What about when you're in public?
Yeah, especially when I'm in public.
Do you pee standing up?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your service.
Wow, this is a crazy survey.
Goodbye. You hung up on me.
No.
Not cool. Wait, Maya, I don't think this is doing anything for science.
Why? Because if they say yes, they're lying, and if they say no, we're like, oh, there we go, they're honest.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. Yingo said, like, basically always, and I believe him.
I don't understand. So, who would say, like, if Slime said yes, you wouldn't believe him?
Depends
Because
how
of
he
who
said it.
Slime is as a person? Depends
No,
on how he says it?
Depends on how he said it, what he said after. Yingo was really quick with if I'm playing Call of Duty and I have to rush back, then I don't wash my hands. I believe
Right.
that. I don't know, it was really quick.
So, are all men the problem?
Yeah. So, end of survey.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't think we learned anything.
I learned that
I learned we didn't need 6 people.
we don't need 6 people. I learned that Squeex is a pretty honest man, and I think Yingo is too. And I think that Yingo
think
washes his
YungJeff's a
hands
liar.
and Squeex doesn't.
And he's got
Yeah.
a drinking problem.
Yeah, Jeff just doesn't wash his hands ever.
I don't think he showers.
No.
No.
Well, guys, I would recommend that you wash your hands after you pee, especially if you touch your wiener. Then you really gotta wash.
Yeah, because that thing's just doing stuff down there.
Yuck.
I have a confession that I need to talk to you about.
You don't wash your hands after you pee.
I do.
Oh, saved.
Because you have to touch. Well, I mean, you don't have to, like, you can touch
You
toilet
gotta
paper,
wipe.
but you're, like, in there. Yeah. I recorded 5 of the Cutie Cinderella mini episodes for our Patreon.
Wow.
But the problem is my episodes are kind of long because it's me doing stupid crafts that take a really long time because I'm kind of bad at them. But I'm a one-shot Jake. So I'm doing like one take Jake. Sorry. One take Jake. And so I do one craft and I just keep the thing rolling. I do 2 because then
being called one shot Jake.
It's the worst member in the gang. He just died after the first shot. He has no story. He doesn't have
No.
like, he's not one of those guys. He's been shot 12 times. It's just the one time. Okay, I'm a one take Jake, and so I sit there, I do my first craft, I just leave it rolling, because usually what I'll do, I'll upload it only once and then send the whole thing to space and be like, cut into 5 please, and then he'll go slice 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 and put him on. But however, I'm like third craft in and I'm in the middle of the craft and I kind of forget that I'm recording and I farted
Oh
so
my God.
loud.
That's so funny.
Like so loud, like a problem. And I'm sitting on a wood, so it's like louder in a room that's somewhat empty, and so it's like echoey and loud. It sounds like a fart from like the heavens, and you're like, what happened? And then I was like, surely I'll be able to play it off, right? Like no one will know that was a fart. And so I just like kept going, and then all of a sudden I'm like 4 hours into this recording, I end it, and I'm like, wait. I go back and watch it, and it's so loud and so clearly a fart, and my face is like, and I'm like, now I don't know what to do with it because I can't send that to space. I can't be like, space, edit out my fart, and I don't know how to edit myself.
You don't know how to edit that on your phone?
It's 4 hours.
Well, it's gonna take some time.
And it's in the middle, so I have to like go splice it or something.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Ludwig was like, just leave it in there. And I was like, no.
I couldn't. I could not.
I couldn't.
So you're just sitting on a 4-hour long recording for a Patreon?
Yeah, because it's either I upload it, everyone hears my fart, I learn how to edit, I become an editing god, and then I get hired to be on the next
editing god.
Avengers movie, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm too busy, so I'm getting all the offers, and I gotta go to the Golden Globes. And then
Maybe they can like overlay it. Maybe they can put audio in there,
regardless, like space
fairy
will have to
audio
hear
or
my
something.
fart.
Yeah, that's true.
Either space hears my fart or fusion hears my fart. I don't want either of them to hear my fart. I don't know what to do. It's so embarrassing. I've never even farted in front of you.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you can edit it out. I think it'd just be a pain.
You think me personally?
Dude, you
Maya,
just have to drag it on an iPhone.
This episode took us 40 minutes to get started because I was having tech issues.
But do you know how to edit a video on an iPhone? You can do that 100%.
Yeah. I know how to shorten a video. So you're saying I need to make a copy of the 4-hour video code?
No. You edit it like right before the fart and then say save video as new clip.
Oh.
Hold on. Or is
and
it
then do it again. And then do it again for the other half.
Yeah, because then you'll get 2 halves, and then you'll also have the original video. Yeah.
Oh.
You can do it. Test it on a different video probably before you delete a 4-hour long video.
Okay. Anyway, so it's coming to the Patreon at some point. I'm sorry.
You just
I
wait.
don't mean to be this way.
For her to become an editing god. You just wait.
I was just a little gassy, I guess. It's very embarrassing.
It's okay. It happens. Patreon would probably be fine with it.
That's what Lud was like, just put it on there, see if anyone notices.
That's
I'm
crazy.
Like, they'll notice. They will notice. I speaking of full moon stories, because I was talking about it earlier, weird stuff happenings on full moons.
Okay.
I remember my friend growing up, we'll call her Alex. She her mom was an ER nurse.
Okay.
And I remember her mom distinctly told us too. She was like, "Oh yeah, full moons, the wackadoos come out." And I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, one time we had a woman come in to the ER. She was an older woman, and she ate an entire bed sheet."
Did she die?
No,
That's
they got it out of
crazy.
her.
That's crazy that she didn't die.
Yeah.
Because you have to, get it in pieces like this, yeah?
I don't know. Probably. I assume she couldn't spaghetti noodle that.
No, you 100% die trying to do that.
You think?
Yeah, you can't. You can't like swallow something that's like a bed sheet that's rolled up that's that long. No, you'd block your airway. And you also couldn't just continuously
But
swallow.
they're different tubes.
It's a bed sheet. It's gonna like
I don't know.
cover up
Someone try it for us.
Also, you're gonna gag 100%, and you can't just like
Wait,
continuously swallow. if
maybe
it's
she
in
ate
there
a lot
looking-
of bed sheets, and so she didn't have a gag reflex.
I don't know what she did. I would imagine it was consumed in pieces, but who knows?
It's funny because when I heard the story in junior high/high school, I always imagined that it was a full bed sheet spaghetti noodled, and I didn't think about cutting it up until you said that.
Yeah, I don't think you can do a spaghetti noodle.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But they had to like remove it. And then she had another girl go in there drunk and demanding for a this was on a full moon, demanding for a doctor's note 'cause she didn't want to go to work the next day. She's like, I need a doctor's note. I need a doctor's note. Like, I don't want to go to work the next day, blah, blah, blah. And like she's like hysterical. And so they pull her in the back and they're like, what? Like, you're not sick. What do you need a doctor's note for? And she's like, I am sick. I swallowed a bunch of Drano. And they were like, oh, you're not going to work tomorrow. And she was like, thanks. Like, give me the doctor's note. And they're like, no, you're going to die. Like, it's like.
Did she?
I don't know.
Oh my god, that's awful. That's awful.
Oh. Audio listeners, a baby broke in through her window. and
Audio
then she
listeners, it's a
kicked
full
it out.
moon. Oh, I just
It's a
got
full
cramp in my
moon.
neck trying to do that. That's nuts. You've seen like My Strange Addiction and stuff where they eat drywall and
Yeah.
gasoline. Actually,
They
one
make
lady,
drywall look good.
Yeah, they do. Oh, and like cornstarch blocks.
Like the way it like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one of those that I get it is one that was
Cat hair.
she loved smelling gasoline, and so she had like a little potion bottle necklace and it had gasoline in it, and she would just like whiff it all day.
I liked smelling gasoline as a kid, but I don't care. I'm not like, I don't like care anymore.
Dude, I love the smell of gasoline. Like I could absolutely have a gasoline sniffing problem.
Really?
Yes, I love the smell
You
of
love
gasoline.
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's the only like chemically thing. Like I'm not into like Sharpies or anything like that, but I love the smell of gasoline. It's nice.
Did you hear the new Ariana Grande song?
No.
You didn't?
No. How is it?
Oh.
Is it one?
Let's do a live react on the Patreon.
Yeah.
Since we won't get DMCA'd. We'll do a
Oh,
live react to
fun.
the music video on the Patreon.
She's
We'll
getting
talk
a
about that
ton
on the
of hate
Patreon
right
then.
now,
We'll
huh?
save it. We'll save it. I don't know. It's super mixed. Because Ari stans are Ari stans and they'll stand up for their girl and I respect them for that.
Yeah.
Um
That's exciting.
But-
I like her. Music. I don't know anything about her as a person.
Good
Don't come for me.
save. Good save. We'll talk about her on the Patreon episode then.
I like music.
Something I found out. Ladies. Do you ever... We all do this. You need to check in. Or okay. There's 3 lives of a man you have dated. The one before you, the one with you, the one after you, correct?
What? The 3
When you
lives of
date
what?
a man you've dated.
An ex.
An ex.
The life you had before him, then the life you had with him,
No.
and the life you had after him.
No. His life. Before you, with you, after you.
For him.
For your version of him.
Okay.
Okay, so you dated Bill. Bill has life before you, life with you, life after you.
Okay.
You know Bill's girlfriends that he dated before you, probably.
Sure.
And then you're together. And then
Yeah.
you know who he's with now, probably.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, maybe. I'm keeping up. I
What
just
do
have
you
no
mean?
idea where you're going.
Is there any exes you don't know who they're currently dating?
Yes. All
What?
of them. No.
Huh?
All of them except for one. I think, and I don't even know if they're still dating. So I don't know.
Actually,
any of
that's
them.
fair. You know what? That's fair. Because now I'm thinking about it, and I also don't know.
Yeah.
This had a purpose. The purpose overall was one of my ex-boyfriends. I remembered he would always, like sometimes when you're dating someone and they're toxic and they're like still in love with their ex and they like bring up their ex sometimes. Or they're just bringing up their ex for different reasons. Who knows? Because now it sounds like I'm not over my ex and that's why I'm bringing him up. But I assure you, I'm over him. I'm using him as content for the story. I'm farming him to make myself money. We're good.
Okay.
Thank you to the haters. I found out this was crazy. I'm on TikTok and somehow his ex-girlfriend that he'd always bring up, her name was Bailey. Bailey pops up on my TikTok For You page. It's got 1 million views and she is an animal whisperer.
What does that mean?
She's Dr. Dolittle.
And they're still together?
No.
Okay.
But I only know her because she used to date him.
Sure. Okay.
And I like go to her page and sure enough, she charges a service to do phone calls and talk to your animals. Like you can FaceTime
over
her.
the phone?
Yeah, you can FaceTime her and she will. I said, okay, so one of her recordings, I watched one. I was like, this is crazy. And sometimes you have to do a deep dive. I don't know why. Maybe I'm the only one that'll admit this. Maybe I'm crazy. Or maybe the world wants me to think I'm crazy. Who knows? I feel like I know what the girlies are up to. I know what my exes are up to. I'll check in on them every once in a while. I know Bailey's a animal brain reader. No. Maybe if I was like really bored, I would.
I feel like if I see them pop up, I could see myself like clicking and being like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually, I guess I usually don't like do this on a Sunday afternoon, but if I'm like on Instagram and I see a group photo and like she's in it all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is Bethany doing? And you click on and you're like, oh wow, she's married and she lives in Pennsylvania now on a farm. That's cool,
Wait, can I tell a quick tragic story about this ish?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be quick.
Ex's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, I don't know, someone that my ex is dating. We knew each other. I knew the girl in college, and I told you this. I knew the girl in college, and Instagram, I don't know how the algorithm works with recommending stories to you, but like there will always be like the same few people in the first 5 stories on Instagram to look at. And I don't know if it's like they just recently started posting stories, so they like push it to you or whatever. But I like watched a story once and then it started putting her in my recommended, like in the beginning. And with Instagram stories, how it works too is like, even if you don't click them, if you're clicking through stories and like swiping through stories, you don't know who's you're going to see next, right? It's just, you're just looking through stories. And so I had seen quite a few of her stories and she had posted my ex and whatever, but I was just like, who cares? It's a story. We're like
didn't think anything about it. You're
didn't
just like
think anything
through.
of it. Yeah. Also because I have not checked who has watched my story since college because how could you? It's my same Instagram.
She's famous.
I'm famous. I'm not going to scroll through. As an influencer, you don't scroll through your story and see who watched it.
Yeah, I don't see I can't.
It's all people I don't know because it's followers. And so I was like, who cares? And then I realized one day when I looked at her story, I was like, there's probably like 50 people, maybe 20, I don't know, who have watched her story.
Yeah.
And she looks at it for sure.
For sure.
And she sees me
look at it
every time because it keeps popping up in my recommended. And I was like, oh, that's bad.
So funny.
I don't want her to think that I'm crazy. So I went to mute her so that I wouldn't keep watching her stories. So I like went to her page, went to mute her, and she had unfollowed me.
Oh.
And I know we were following each other because we went to college together. I knew that we were, and I know that she saw me watching her stories and she unfollowed me probably because she thinks I'm like a crazy ex. And also, who knows what that guy has told her about me.
Block you know?
She didn't block me. She just unfollowed me.
I feel like I would do that if I saw Ludwig's current ex always watching my Instagram stories. I'd be like, "Bish, please."
And that's totally what it looks like, and I totally get it, but I swear to God, like, it wasn't like that.
if you're out there, it was just convenience. You're also pretty.
It's just,
I don't know.
It's also, you know, everybody talks about their exes in the worst light possible. So she's probably heard gnarly things about me and is probably like, oh, this bitch is crazy, which kills me. We're not friends, but it's still like, ugh. Like, she thinks I'm nuts. I hate it.
So I'm looking at her TikTok. I'm going through her TikTok. And one of her videos is literally like on a FaceTime call with this, like, it was like a border collie.
Okay.
Like, so like the woman answers and it's like a recording and it's like TikTok. So she's above and this border collie is below. And like a woman answers and she's like, thanks so much. Like, blah, blah. And she's like, of course. And she sets like the phone down and it's like the border collie sitting on a couch and she's clearly propped up on a coffee table or something. And she's just sitting there and she's like, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And she's like taking notes. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's like a TikTok. So it's like edited. And then it's fast. By the way, like this is like, it's so, she has the one video with like 1 million views and then every other video has like 100. So it's like, It's so random that this even popped up and that I found her and that I knew her. And then she goes back. The lady like picks up the phone. It's like edited and fast forward. Apparently she talked to this dog for an hour. And she's like, okay. So I talked to Snowflake and he really needs you to like clean his water bowl. Like you just always fill it up and you never actually clean it and it's gross and it makes him feel neglected and like you don't care. And then the lady started like crying.
Wow.
And that was the TikTok. And I was like, I didn't know people could read animals' minds, but Bailey can. Shout out Bailey.
Do you think she can?
No.
Okay. I was like ready. I was like prepared to give you space to like explain to me like what you thought. But I was so scared.
I thought it was like a horoscope where you could like do enough generalizations that like I'm sure every dog needs their water bowl cleaned more often, you know?
Yeah. That's crazy. You think she only offers her services on a full moon?
No, but I thought about buying it. I was like, what if I just buy it?
It's funny. I mean, it's like getting a psychic, right? Is like, dude, you know, I've been watching Married at First Sight.
Yeah, even though you said you wouldn't.
Even though I said I wouldn't, and I hate that show. One of the couples, they got married at first sight. The wedding was fine, but then wedding night, she was like, get away from me. She was like, I don't want to share a hotel room with him tonight. I don't want to go on the honeymoon with him tonight. I don't know him. Like, I don't want to be around him. And everyone was like, yeah, you don't know him? Like, what do you mean? Like, this is Married at First Sight. You knew what you were signing up for. And she was like, that's not my husband. Like, that's not a person that I know. What? And it was very confusing to watch, right? Yeah. Episodes later, everyone's trying to figure out, like, what the hell happened? What are you doing? Like, what did he say? What happened at the wedding night? She went to a psychic before Married at First Sight, and the psychic told her that her husband will have a bald eagle tattoo. And she asked at the wedding, do you have any tattoos? He said no. And so she was like, this is not my husband. She was like, I don't know this man. Like, this is not right. Like, he's not supposed to be here for me. This is the wrong person. She kept saying things like, this is the wrong person.
But she wouldn't give the context the whole time.
Not until episodes later.
Do you think they edited out the context, or do you think she was bad at comms?
I'm sure they edited out a ton. I have no idea. Because the whole time I was just very confused. I was like, she must have thought he was ugly. She must have gone to the wedding and been like, damn, this guy is ugly, which he wasn't. So I was just confused.
Wow. Are they happy now?
No. They got divorced.
Aw.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I would love to talk to a psychic. I think it would be very, very interesting.
I wouldn't, because if they said anything wrong, I would spiral.
That sucks. The only reason I wouldn't is because I don't believe in any of it, and so I feel like it would be unfair for me to go in there just to be like entertained for myself. It feels rude.
There's a weird coping mechanism I had where, so my sister-in-law is Korean, and her mom, I guess, probably being Korean has nothing to do with this, so maybe maybe I am conflating. I don't know. Someone who is Korean will have to tell me. But her mom says that now that I'm saying it out loud, now that I'm repeating it, I think her mom made this up, and this is not all Koreans. I think this is just her mom saying this.
I'm sure it's
her
not.
mom says that Koreans like have more likelihood of psychics being truthful, as long as like if a Korean goes to a Korean psychic, they're gonna be more truthful. I forget why exactly, but she's like,
do you have to ask if they're Korean first? Because sometimes you just don't know. I'm half Japanese. I can't tell what kind of Asian a lot of people are when I first meet them.
I don't know, but it was something about being Korean, and I believed her. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, so if I go to a psychic, it wouldn't work, right?
They're gonna lie to you? Not lie.
Yeah.
It won't be done as well.
It just won't. Yeah, it won't work. Essentially, it was like she like told me this in like junior high or high school or something, and I was like, she's right. I just believe this woman. And so my sister-in-law, essentially, her mother goes to a psychic all the time, and she'll get like readings on my sister-in-law and like tell my sister-in-law, she'll be like, oh yeah, I was talking to the psychic this week. Psychic says like you're gonna have a baby, and also this, and also this, and also this, you know. And I'm like, okay, but the chain works because my sister-in-law is also, she's half Korean. So I'm like, it still works, like, because I was told it only works if you're Korean. But when you have OCD, you cling on to weird stuff. And so essentially the psychic told the mom that told my sister-in-law that she'll live a really long life. And so when I was in high school, I decided I could only fly on a plane if I was flying with my sister-in-law, because there's no way the plane would crash because the psychic said she would live a long life.
That's crazy.
And I couldn't go to a psychic myself because I'm not Korean.
This was in high school that you thought that?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
I don't think I'm dumb, but I've done some dumb stuff.
That doesn't sound like being dumb. It sounds like mental illness.
Well, no, the first part sounds very gullible. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're right. But the plain thing sounds like mental illness.
That's mental illness.
Yeah.
But I've done a lot of things in my life that I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm dumb, but I am super gullible. Like, I was raised in a like I don't know what my stepdad was. I think I've asked him his political beliefs before, and it's like, let me get it verbatim, because I only asked him like this year.
Let's call our parents and ask what their political beliefs are. Welcome to Whine About It. Like and subscribe.
No. He just has fascinating.
Nice.
That's cool, Maya.
Audio listeners, you missed something really cool. It wasn't that cool. I have a bone to pick with you, but I'm sitting on it. I'm waiting until the Patreon episode.
Okay.
I'm pissed.
He said,
are you looking at text messages?
yeah.
Okay.
Because I've asked him recently.
Okay.
He said, because I said, remind me, what is your political affiliation? Because it was really complicated growing up. He was like the type of person that I remember, like, I was really confused because all of my friends were like woke. Mm-hmm. And like, were like, they had like Obama stickers and all this stuff. And I was in a household that literally my stepdad told me that Obama was related to Saddam Hussein. And I was like, that's crazy. I'm very confused.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't Google it because I was too busy like
being a kid.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, that's crazy. Like, I just believe the adult, right?
Yeah.
And he would listen to like Rush Limbaugh in the morning, and Rush Limbaugh also just spews shit, but he would drive me to school sometimes, and I'd be like, man, the world is crazy. And then I'd go be friends with people that Rush Limbaugh was talking shit on, and I was really confused for a long time until I developed my own thinking around like
That's
17,
very interesting. That sucks.
Yeah. But so I said, what's your political affiliation? He said, now don't go and get yourself canceled. I call myself conservative, but that has different meanings depending on who you're talking to and their perception of conservative. I'm more liberal on social issues, where monetary issues I'm more conservative. Joe Biden is a corrupt politician.
That's kind of a thoughtful answer. I feel like that it's fine, but not the Joe Biden part. I mean, like the rest of it.
He said, I don't like Trump, but I can't see myself voting for anyone else. My grandmother was a Democrat in the vein of JFK. JFK would be a pretty staunch Republican these days. Anyway,
Interesting.
I was like, that's interesting. Yeah, because like now as an adult, I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I had an hour-long conversation with a man the other day about how the government is taking away all of our rights and how the United States paid China to create the coronavirus in a lab.
Who were you talking to about this?
It was a neighbor that I don't usually talk to.
Was it like a healthy conversation?
For who?
Or was it like was it like I'm saying, like, was it
I was not
was it
fighting with him. No,
Okay.
he was like, no, not at all. I was
Okay.
such a baby.
You were actually agreeing, and you were like, yeah.
Dude, he was like, the government's taking away all of our rights. We used to have freedoms, and now we don't. And I was like, you're so right. I was like, oh my god, that's so true. Like, snaps.
You're like, pop off, queen. Yeah.
And then he was like, the U.S. paid China to create the coronavirus in a lab, and I was like, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I was just, what are you gonna be like? Hey, buddy. Hey, Rick, that's not true. You know, like,
I
hey,
guess
buddy,
if
you
don't
gotta
want to
relax.
engage, that's what you do. But
No, I was sitting there
sometimes
talking to him for an hour. Like, you just got to be like, oh, crazy. Yeah, is what it is. Kids these days, you know?
Sometimes I like to say, where did you get that information?
No.
And then they'll say the craziest source, and you'll be like, I don't think that's right.
Yeah. It was fine. I don't know. Who knows? Used to be a conspiracy theory. It still is a conspiracy theory. I don't know. I'm not giving my opinion. It was just a crazy
All I know is
conversation.
Leah Michelle can't read, and Avril Lavigne died years ago.
That's all I know, too. It is what it is. And kids nowadays don't know what hit them, and nobody wants to work anymore.
No one freaking wants to work anymore.
No one wants to work anymore. And we're all snowflakes.
Aw, I hate when we're all snowflakes.
Sad.
If you could have any talent in the whole wide world, I snap my fingers, and you have this talent, and you can do it like so good. What is it?
It would be talking to animals, if that counts. You mean a realistic talent?
That's a super That's
Okay.
a superpower.
A talent.
Ludwig said playing piano.
That's so random.
I know.
Mine would be math.
What?
Like, I would just want to be really... I want something useful. I don't want to play piano. Who cares? I could just learn how to play the piano. I want to be, like, really good
You
at
could
math.
also learn how to do math.
I don't think I have a math brain. I mean, I could study math and be better, but, like, I would rather just get good at math immediately.
Huh. I said singing because I believe you can get better at singing, but I think inherently some people just have better voices.
Yeah, we've talked about this. There's like tone versus like pitch. And then if you sing like Ariana Grande, then be rich and famous.
Yeah.
Then you can go crazy. You could slam the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could have cute outfits and do cute dances.
Yeah.
That's all I want in life.
You know, dancing would be really cool too. I cannot dance to save my life. And I am really jealous of people that can dance and like look cool doing it and have fun.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's not
I can't
me.
have fun.
I can't.
I get shy.
I can't. Well, I can have fun, but I look stupid and I wish I didn't.
So my therapist asked me today, she said, when was the last time you had like unabashedly had fun, like giddy glee? And I was like, the Taylor Swift concert. And then without a beat, I said, but it was embarrassing. And she was like, that's so sad. And I was like, oh. She was like, who said it was embarrassing? I was like, me. And she was like, why? And I was like, well, because Hassan and Will make fun of me liking Taylor Swift, and society makes fun of me liking Taylor Swift, and I just can't like Taylor Swift with a passion and be giddy and happy because she's playing my favorite song.
You hear that, everybody? Hassan made Cutie cry in therapy.
Yeah.
Hassan made Cutie say something in therapy that made her therapist say, "That's so sad."
Yeah, and when you make your therapist sad, it's like it's 10 bonus
Impressive.
points to yourself.
Yeah, that's actually you need a cookie for that.
Yeah, I
impressive
make
stuff.
my therapist sad a lot, unfortunately.
I've only made one therapist cry. I feel like that's pretty good.
That is good.
Yeah, I'll take it.
But yeah, when was the last time you were unembarrassingly happy? Because I think about like something that would hold me back from dancing would genuinely be I'd be so embarrassed. Like
Me too.
I'm not kidding you. I can't. It's interesting. If you watch my vlog of going to the Taylor Swift concert, you can like feel my happiness.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've
even
never
then,
seen
I
you like
get
that
like
ever.
I get a little embarrassed.
I've never seen you like that ever. You didn't seem embarrassed.
In the moment,
not-
I wasn't because I was surrounded
Right,
by like you and Ludwig and a bunch of Swifties that just like fucking get it. But then as soon as you're zoomed out of that, I'm like, oh.
Well, could I have been by myself or like around people? Like,
I think you could be by yourself, but would you be embarrassed doing it around people?
I've been crafting a lot lately. I like made this stupid banana slug plushie, and I just like loved it. I thought it was so funny, and I was like laughing alone while I was making it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, and then I would hold him up and be like, look at him. Like, it's just like funny. I would do that around other people, but that's not that's just like I'm having a good time. Unbridled excitement for something.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you like you have an answer that I don't like.
I'm
what,
trying
like,
to think.
Like scream. I don't like scream. I'm not like yeah. Like I don't do that for anything.
I only do that for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything like that.
Huh.
I don't know. But I feel like I'm pretty steady, like chilling. Which is I feel fine. Don't think I'm like depressed.
I don't think you're depressed.
I don't
think
know.
You're fine.
I remember the last time I was super excited about something. I'm excited about crafting. That's my answer.
She
you wanna see
started
the slug?
a Etsy,
Do you want to see
but
him?
it's sold out, right? Your Etsy sold out.
Yeah. Do you want to see the slug?
Yeah.
The one that made me laugh?
Yeah.
I'll show you. Audio
Audio
listeners,
listeners,
are missing out really bad.
She's getting it, but her house is massive. She hasn't talked about this publicly, but she bought 2 more tiny houses and she glued them to the first one. Whoa. Ew,
What do you
I don't
think?
like him.
What if he was What if he was like that?
I don't really like him.
That's because you don't like bugs.
I know. He's
He's
fun
nice
though.
He's a banana.
Have you put him on Etsy?
Yeah. He sold today.
No one bought him? Oh, he sold
no,
today?
he sold today. He's
For
going
how
all the way
much?
to the UK. Someone paid
Oh,
$60 in shipping for this to get to the UK. Isn't that awful? I feel so bad. He wants a slug, man.
How much is the slug?
$30.
What do you think he's gonna do with it?
Tuck him in. Feed him a snack. Put him to bed.
That'd be nice for him.
Would be good. I cannot sit on my anger for you any longer.
Okay, we're going to the Patreon.
We have to. I was gonna start the episode with it, but then you started off hot with something else. So I was like, okay,
Oh.
I'll just wait. And then it just didn't fit in because we kept talking. So it's starting off the Patreon with it.
Drama,
start.
come through.
See you over there. Like and subscribe,
Like and subscribe.
or I'll kill the slug. The guy that has the world record for amount of kickflips in a minute watched 6 hours of my kickflip attempts
She decided to take it upon herself to learn how to kickflip, a difficult but not impossible task that we have seen before. The difference with her is she is doing it live
Stop the video.
in front of thousands of
I've never really, like, I know what a kickflip is. I've never really seen it until he just did it. Mother, you're never gonna get that many. that he's 10 feet off the ground.
Don't say that. He said he thinks I can do it and that I need to never give up.
Can you even jump that high?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I can jump that high.
That guy was flying.
You don't have to be that high up to do a kickflip.
Also, it's hilarious that he's like, it's like Ghostbusters, and he's like, yo, I got all of these videos, all these people requesting my help. Like, they called Batman.